Hello, my name is Krista Ramirez, and I'm a student of the University of Massachusetts Global. Today, I will be talking to you about the City of San Bernardino's Community Development Intervention Meeting, called Coffee with the Cop. With the social devastation caused by the pandemic, this intervention has gone from in-person meetings in different locations throughout the City of San Bernardino to virtual meetings being recorded live on Facebook and Instagram. The meeting I watched was recorded on January 19th, 2021, and lasted about an hour. This meeting was facilitated by Captain Brian Pellis, Operations Division for San Bernardino Police Department. Present were 4 lieutenants representing the district they command. All adhered to the social distancing guidelines and stayed behind their assigned desks. I observed that there were partitions between each of them. Captain Pellis facilitated the meeting by introducing the commanders and reviewing the questions sent via the comments during the live broadcast. As mentioned by the captain, the goal of this meeting was to address those questions asked, as well as the questions being sent via email or throughout the department's social media accounts. As I mentioned before, this was a virtual meeting, so I was not able to determine if the 3,800 views from the community members were done during real time or throughout the time passed since the post. Viewers were encouraged to ask questions via comments as well. 83 comments were made. From greatest to least, 40% of comments were related to greetings and appreciation. 23% were questions specifically related to district crime prevention and efforts or hiring. 13% were comments relating to resident observations or policing policy. Captain Pellis also gathered questions received prior to this meeting. These questions were dictated and answered by the commanders assigned to the corresponding district. Most of the questions being asked could not have been resolved through the course of this meeting. In preparation for assessing this meeting, I studied the course textbook titled Social Work Practice with Groups, Communities, and Organizations, edited by Charles A. Glisson, Catherine N. Dulmus, and Karen M. Sowers. This community meeting was assessed using the Rubin and Rubin community development approach. This approach assumes that problems can be resolved through cooperation, consensus, and identification of the common interests and goals, all the while creating community well-being. Evaluation for this approach are difficult to obtain, but can be measured depending on the community member's ideal goal. I have assumed that the community members are communitarians and want to enhance the people's welfare. Did this meeting enhance community welfare? Without speaking directly to the community members that sent in their questions, I could not truly know. Also, there are no tangible measurements of the community members' satisfaction with this type of community intervention. Also, this meeting is an example of Kritzman and McKnight's perspective, referred to as the association approach. The association approach has 2 key features. One focuses on the voluntary nature of relationships among community members to identify and solve community problems. The second feature is of how community members organize themselves, often called civil societies. This meeting lacked the civil societies because it was not done in person. However, there was a positive presence of community members whom the facilitator turned to for content. Unfortunately, for the City of San Bernardino Police Department, I was very critical of this form of community development intervention. I have been a resident of San Bernardino for over 25 years and have come to know and even be instructed by some of the department staff. Although I have an appreciation for their work, I know this type of community intervention is not a proper collaboration as known by the community policing approach. One area of improvement I would suggest is to invite community members to the planning meetings held by the real commissions that oversee budgeting and hiring. I mention this because a lot of what was said in the meeting related to police response time, recruiting, and dissemination of crime statistics. Also, it appeared that the commanders chose questions they wanted to answer based on what they knew and not what the community members wanted to know. For more information on the San Bernardino City Community Policing and Community Development meetings, please go to sbcity.org. Also, please review the following reference page for more information on this blog's cited work. Thank you.